Undead Burg items only run. What does this mean? What are the rules? Why is Calamite the best boss? And what items are allowed? Well, it means only items from the Undead Burg and Lower Burg respectively. Of course, there are some outliers that have to be brought in to make this actually physically possible. But technically, no, this run isn't possible right from the get-go since you can't start in Undead Burg and need progression items for most areas. With that being said, here are the rules that do make the challenge possible. The rules, no glitches, cheating, major skips, or duping items. This will mainly be an intended playthrough as if I were new to the game, so no skipping an entire area. Undead Burg items only, so no flasks, no embers, no gear outside of Undead Burg. Progression items and required items for areas are allowed. You can't beat the game without a select few items, and I'll get further into detail about this soon. I must kill every boss, or at least attempt them with a good, valid attempt. Then I will allow cheese like mana sniping or NPC summons. There is no sixth rule. Why is Calamite the best boss? Dragon in fight. What items are allowed, to be precise? Well, that's simple. Progression items and area-specific required items are allowed. These include, but are not limited necessarily to, the peculiar doll, that thing, basement key, key to the depths, key to Blighttown, key to New Londo ruins, Lord Vessel, Duke's Archive, cell and tower keys, and broken pendant. Note, I was originally going to allow the use of Skull Lantern and Orange Charred Ring like I did with Duke's Archive keys. However, there's a door I can open for Lost Izalith whilst not skipping the areas entirely. And also I watched Gamers Weekend go through the Tomb of the Giants without a Skull Lantern or any lantern and thought, that looks easy enough. If there's any progression required items I missed, I will put them later in the video. Peculiar Doll is strictly to get and kill Priscilla. There's a couple of bosses like that, but I think I found ways around the other ones. That's why that's there. It's not required, but if I want to kill all 26 bosses, I have to have it. So it is required. And before you say that Duke's keys aren't required, skipping the entirety of Duke's Archive, in my opinion, goes against the intended pathway as if you're playing for the first time. And also, I don't know how to do the Duke skip and refuse to look it up, because I like to keep my stuff more on the legit path, personally. No hate towards anyone who does it, I can't do it. I'm bad at it. The Skull Lantern does not really affect anything. You could use it if you want to, if you try the challenge yourself, but the Orange Charred Ring is too tangerine flavored for me. Also, later in the video, I break a rule, but I also don't break it. I bend it so slowly it doesn't snap. I have my reasons and explanations for it. Don't worry, we will cross that bridge when we get there. Well, besides the short progression items, the thing to note is that 8 starting classes started with weapons from the Undead Burg. That will be the Thief, the Hunter, the Warrior, the Wanderer, the Undead Merchant, I don't know why I said Undead Merchant, the Deprived, the Bandit, the Pyromancer, and the Sorcerer. However, I will in fact choose the Deprived to give myself the best of the trades in general, as I like the club. I will also use the Bombs as my starting to go get through the Asylum. Wait, where are you wandering to? Get back here. What do you... Yeah, we're going to skip this slide. I have seen this run done a few times, but every time I see it done, it includes an aspect that stops it from being a challenge. Whether that be by soul duping, humanity duping, item duping in general, using weapons and gear and items that aren't in the Undead Burg, skipping some bosses because they're too hard, etc. While there isn't anything wrong with that, I just really want to see if I can push past the limits and do an actual cheat-free, major exploit-free, run-of-the-mill Undead Burg item-only run, where someone doesn't use the non-progression items to progress, and if they aren't found in the area that the challenge is literally based around. This is also not an attack on any of the people who have done this challenge. I just want to see it done with just the regular rule parameters to the best it can be. Another note, this isn't a rule, but the strategy I want requires one of 3 weapons to drop, so I'm giving myself 1 reset to try to get them. If I don't even get 1, I will use a different strategy. Again, more on that later. Another note, share this video to others in the community if you enjoy it. Leave a comment on what challenge I should do next. I have a list of runs I want to do, which I will leave here for reference of possible future runs, so we don't cross brain cells. I mean you, Clayton. A disclaimer. Dark Souls 2 playthrough will start after this challenge run, simply to take a break from Dark Souls 1. This challenge took a lot out of me, and even though I enjoy Dark Souls 1, I don't want to force myself to make content if I'm not enjoying it. That's not fair for me, and wouldn't be fair for others to hear a monotone person not enjoying a run while voicing it over. We, me and you, the viewers, deserve to have a happy and fun time. Starting off with the Deprived class, you go through the Asylum Demon area by just going through the door without attacking the Asylum Demon, come around to this door, get to this corner, quit out, and load back in. This is how you perform something called the Estus skip. Now, the reason why the Estus skip is required for the challenge run, as you saw in the intro, is because it's not in the Undead Burg. But for some reason, when you do it this way, you can go up to the door, it'll say locked by a contraption, then it'll let you open it. I don't know why, it just does. I learned that from a guy named Splee, I think. It might have been a different one. I'll leave a link to a video about it in the description, and possibly as a pinned comment. Now, it gives you the big Pilgrim's Key. While you're watching me do what I'm about to do by dropping everything, I'm going to explain. I was supposed to have a new mic by now, but unfortunately, I keep ordering the wrong part, thinking it would work, and I think this next part should work, but I don't get it till the 23rd, and I'm recording the rest of this voiceover on the 17th. So, unfortunately, you're stuck with this mic. I'm sorry, I wanted to get a different one, I really did. Anyways, you see the process of how I do this, and unfortunately, I mentioned about the strategy. I didn't get any of the weapons in this run. So, despite me really liking the look of this character I conjured up, I started a new one, and still didn't get an item I wanted, but I didn't want to do too many resets anyways. Anyways, it's your stereotypical Taurus demon fight. You go up, and you do your thing. Of course, I die. So, what do you do? What do you do when you die? Easy. You go and you get something else. And for some reason I dropped my chainmail armor. I don't know why. This guy can drop one of two swords, apparently. So, place your bets in the comments below. What weapon do I get? You're wrong. I got the shield. Thankfully, the shield is actually not too bad, but I would have preferred a weapon. Let's go back to the Taurus Demon now, and decide to retry. One more, right? Okay. You good? You gonna do it? You gonna do it? You gonna drop it? Nothing. Okay. Ooh. Upsetting. You know the usual route. You go through the Undead Parish. You skip through the knights. You see that big guy with the shield and the mace. And you go down. Of course, this is what I had to do the entire time if I wanted humanity. This is sped up, I think, I don't know if it's 2 or 4 times, but these guys can drop Titanite shards, and the rats underneath can drop humanity. So I did this over and over and over until I had a lot of stuff upgraded and a lot of stuff, able to be healed by. See? Titanite shard. In this playthrough, or in this specific video part, I in fact do not get a humanity, but you can see I have 4 humanity in my little pocket left. But yeah, time for the gargoyles. By the way, I did that every single time I killed a boss. And you'll see later, it's not easy. But, I think I'm very proud of this, specifically. Because you can see, I used humanity before I got in here. Alright? And I killed the first gargoyle. No hit. Second gargoyle. I did it hitless. I don't think I've ever done it hitless. That's just great. And every time I get an item from a boss, I drop it, unless it's the Capra Demon or the Taurus Demon, obviously. But if it's not in the Undead Burg, it's gone. First bell rang. Time for the Capra Demon. I died about 8 times to this stupid boss. I don't even know how I survived it on this one, but I did. Here you go. You know, seeing out the butterfly outside of its arena is nice, but here's the thing. I want Lemon to see this part, because I want to become a Firebomb Academy member. And look at this. I'm hitting so many firebombs on this butterfly, and it's a flying target. I'd be great in the Academy, I swear. Ignore the fact I'm bonking it.
Alright. One. Got one more. There we go. Perfect. DLC item acquired.
After fighting the Hydra, I go and I try to play fetch with Sif. The only thing I catch is death. This is 8 times sped up of me using the crossbow and some firebombs on the Gaping Dragon. Yeah, there's not much to say about it. It's your typical Gaping Dragon fight. Bait the slam attack, move out of its way, watch it charge, attack it. Is there really much else to say with the Gaping Dragon? Besides the fact that, I mean, it looks terrifying. I love it. Now then, we go down through Blighttown the correct way, and we finally make it to Quelaag. I think it took me a couple of attempts, and I got hit once or twice during this, but she goes down just like the rest. She's really not that difficult, honestly. But that is 2 bells done, and on to Ceaseless. And well, we all know how Ceaseless works, alright? You go in, you grab his sister's clothing, you sometimes put it on, if you're just like that, and then you bait out his jump. By the way, I learned from Press Continue, you can hit this spike right here instead of his fist. Yeah. So once you get that last hit on, he's just guaranteed to fall after 5 hits. I wonder if you can do that with bows. I should try that next. Go to our old room, grab the Peculiar Doll, and go ahead and fight the Stray Demon. Now, the Stray Demon is quite simple, honestly. It's just your typical boss, like just the Asylum Demon and the Fire Sage Demon. You bait out its attacks, and you smack it. That is horrible damage. Oh dear God. Hope that isn't foreshadowing for anything in the future. But, the thing is, it's susceptible to bleed. So when you get enough hits off, you can bleed them. And like that, the Stray Demon goes down. Now we gotta put a different thing down. As sad as it is, it's time to go and fight Sif and finish the job. Sif is your stereotypical, boss fight. Everyone knows, it has a bowl of onions in the arena for some reason, and I never figured out why. But it does. But can't you guys ever just... It starts making you cry. But, as all things have to fumble and fall, dogs go to heaven. All in all. And now that we're mad after having to kill a dog, let's go take our frustration out on the only boss in the game that can always be a pushover. Pinwheel, we're talking about you. Because holy shit, this boss, every time I fight this boss, I always forget how underwhelming it is as a boss. Also, I somehow missed that hit. Anyways, Pinwheel's dead. You know what that means? You know what that means, right? What mask are we getting? It's always the fucking mask of the child. God damn it! got a bit more frustration out on the stupid Iron Golem. And oh boy, I have a fun thing for you. Why does this always happen with the Iron Golem for me? The amount of times I'll get him stunned at like the last thing, and I'll just kill him instead, because he never wants to stun in the right position. So I get the correct way of killing him. I don't want the correct way of killing him. He's boring. Now to Anor Londo. And of course, after dying to ONS like 30 times, you can see by those humanities I've popped. We go through and we, summon Solaire. As I don't know why I was having so much trouble. But damage is pretty good. It's not too bad. You just gotta worry about, the bosses and how there's two of them. It was also a race to get Ornstein and Smoke. I'm pretty sure they both had 1 bar when I actually killed Ornstein, which is good, because Smoke is easier of the two. And it's nicer just to be able to beat Smoke instead of Ornstein. I don't think I will ever really do Ornstein second unless I do the spear-only challenge, which probably won't come to fruition. Also, again, Firebomb Academy, let me in. I'm sure you've noticed I've had blue feet for, I think, a boss or two, and I will get into why that is. But first, the real reason why I got the humanities was so I could enter the Covenant. As I said, you have to open the door, and you can only open the door once you've given 30 humanity to this weird spider chick. She's kind of cool. She gives you a free access to a door. She's a trapdoor spider! Oh my god! Now, I can't use that pyromancy, and I don't have a pyromancy flame anyways, and I can't get rid of it. And that's fine. But then you'll notice, hold on, you have Hush. Why do you have Hush? Well, that's simple. I killed Griggs. I command thee, stand! With those bosses out of the way, and the dragon standing for me, I do the worst thing in Dark Souls 1. Throwing shit at Priscilla. Because there's nothing you can do to stop me. I could beat her to death with my club. And you know what? I'm going to. I might as well. There's not really much I can do that's worse than this. Haters gonna hate, and Priscilla's still dead. Anyways, I grab the pendant from the Golem. I die to Seath in the only scripted death in Dark Souls 1, and I get cursed. Yay. After that, I watch this guy pull a Mihawk from One Piece and slice someone behind him. I go and get uncursed, and I go and fight Seath. I forgot to show the part about being uncursed, but you go and I buy 1 purging stone from the female undead merchant. Do you really need an explanation for that, or, video proof? You do? Unfortunately, we're not going to get that here. But Seath is actually a lot easier than I expected. Just watch this damage. I know it's not much, but 154 every hit. That's quite a bit. And, after a while, I also just start using the crossbow because it's fun. I know they suck in this game, but they're fun. Especially considering the fact it's ranged and Seath is slow. So you watch them slug over to you as you just deek, deek, deek. I know. I'm childish. I get it. But Seath the Scaleless is now Seath the Bolted. I swear to you that I opened this door prior to this clip, but for some reason, it closed again. I did end up going and killing the bug after opening it this time, and after opening it, I just went back to the Demon Fire Sage. Because the Demon Fire Sage is one of the 2 bosses that while I could skip and just get through, I always want to kill every single boss in a challenge run. Now, it's the Demon Fire Sage. Do I need to say much more? It has a big butt that it slams on you with, and it's susceptible to bleed. I'm using the reinforced club. I'm just making it go back and forth, just using its butt slam. There's not really not much to say about it. I like it. It's a good boss fight, you know? Especially considering I, for some reason, still always lose on it. Anyways, died to the Centipede Demon like 12 times, got my stuff and just kept homeward boning out. And holy crap, look how close you get to dying inside this lava area. If you're doing what I do. Oh, wasting humanity is great. I never even got a chance half the time, because I tried to fight him on the first part. But I decided to summon Solaire for this, only because of the fact that I died a couple times to it, and I got really tired of dying to it. Because it would knock me into lava, and I would die. And other times, it would just keep punching me for some reason. And eventually, it got mad, and it got hungry, and it grabbed Solaire and ate him! Solaire, the armor is supposed to protect you, not add flavoring. But Solaire doesn't understand that. He's just looking for his son with a U, not an O. But with that, Demon Fire Sage goes down, and I got the Tangerine Ring. 1, 2, tree. No, 3. And that's the Beta Chaos. Easy! I didn't die 27 times. No, who told you that? No, it was perfect. Perfect roll. Easy first try. And of course, then we got Gwyndolin. I mean, I almost do 200 damage, so it's really not that bad. But it's also Gwyndolin, so. What do you expect? It takes not too long running around and hitting him, and eventually he goes down. Now, this is the part I was talking about early on when I said I'd get to it when I got to it. After dying numerous times to the 4 Kings not being able to pass the DPS check, I even posted 2 videos about it. I ended up just not having the time of my life. As you can see, they killed me quite a few times, and I even got them to half health on one of them. So, it would be possible. Unfortunately, I ended up going and breaking a rule and grabbing an item, a weapon, that you can technically get in the lower Undead Burg from the Capra Demon, but I wasn't lucky enough to get it. That was one of the 3 weapons. But, in the end, I still died a couple more times with it, and I've even shown the full video of me going down and just killing them. That's all. So, no. I, Mr. Mean King, cannot beat Dark Souls 1 with Undead Burg items only. I did in fact fail this challenge, and I 100% accept that this challenge is a bust. But of course, let's just keep on going and seeing how far I can push the challenge. It shouldn't be too hard. Also, yes, Sour Kangaroo, you are correct. The Poison Mist resin does not work on the 4 Kings and does not add extra damage. It just adds the extra, I want to say, status chance to it. Alright, so here you go. This is me going through the Tomb of the Giants without a skull lantern or any kind of light source. I'll go ahead and let this play. And here's Secunda from Skyrim's soundtrack. the Sanctuary Guardian. One of the more annoying bosses in the DLC, as if you are like me and you do a boss rush immediately before this, it just adds another boss to the boss rush. But Sanctuary Guardian is not too bad. Only attack him when he does his 4-hit combo. Only the 4-hit combo. Or when he does the whoosh attack, you can, like this, you can hit him, you can punish him. Same thing with the one where he does the little water frantic thing, and then you can gotta go to the side and hit him. But this is the stuff I had to deal with Calamite. Your demise. Oh, well, that's a miss. 2 misses. Why? 780 might be fine. Why? Why? Is this the final hit? It kind of looks like I only did. I don't think that was the final hit. I think it's sort of like that was the final hit. Okay. Well, there goes Calamite. He's dead. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Just wait, we're like, oh yeah, no, let's grab that. No, bad hunter. All right, Artorias. This fight gave me a run for my money. Now, I don't want to say how many attempts it took, mainly because I didn't count, but it was a lot. It was a lot. But in the end, we are Victorious. Yeah, I stole that pun from Press Continue, but still. It stands here too. Even got the victory achieved pop-up. Though, is it really a victory? We killed the man, the myth, the legend himself. This is so sad. Well, on to the many, many deaths of Manus. I thought Artorias was going to be the one to bring me, actual hell. I thought Artorias gave me a run for my money. I was wrong. I died to Manus before, this is part of the clip, at least 27 times before taking a break, farming more humanity, dying like 10 or 15 more times, and then saving Sif. Then proceed to die numerous times afterwards. Because right here, I end up clicking the wrong button. I meant to go pop a humanity instead of popping nothing. I was trying to dodge. But it took forever. And we finally got this. God, that one's always one I miss time somehow. I thought I grabbed my green thing, but I did not. I dodged it. It's not on the 4th bar though, so I'm not going to use humanity. Oh, snuff. I'm not gonna try to punish that one anymore. Huh? What the? What? Oh, I was on the. I survived with a hit with an HP, with single HP. I survived with a single HP there. That's incredible. It's incredible, actually, that I survived with that much HP. Oof. You know what? Fuck it. I'm fine with this. I think I'm good. That was a bad choice. That's fine, actually, that worked out quite well. It's fine, actually. Did I do it? I did it! Oh, 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 buddy. Oh, buddy. Gwyn. Now we go to Gwyn. We go to Gwyn. Fuck you. Okay, I missed. Whatever. Oh, he's right here. Night Solaire. Let's do this. Let's do this. He looks so crispy. And he's dead. I do this for you, Solaire. I do this for you. I do this for Solaire. Now with that being done, and all 26 bosses dead, I can say, technically, yes, you can beat the game with Undead Burg items. Without Embers, without Estus, without being able to use like armor like Havel's armor or Lautric's armor, or any armor that isn't the chainmail or the 2 hollow sets, or the thief set, yes, you can. Does it rely on you being good at the game? Absolutely. Unfortunately, I'm not that good at the game. This is my 6th playthrough, so it's a lot sloppier than it would normally be, but I'm proud of it. I pushed myself past the limits of what a usual playthrough I do is. I didn't use Havel's armor because I couldn't. I limited myself resource-wise, and I forced myself to farm and grind almost every single item I own. In the end, yes, I did fail the challenge by grabbing the Capra Demon in the Demon Ruins, but by a technicality, if I was to get it early on, or even get like a Black Knight sword early on, you have 2 Twinkling Titanite inside of that one tower after the Taurus Demon. So, realistically, if I kept resetting just to get one of those 3 weapons, then it wouldn't have been much different. Honestly, I think this was a lot more interesting considering I didn't use the Black Knight sword, and I only used the Demon Great Machete for 3 bosses. I plan to only have used it for the DPS output of the 4 Kings, but dying to Manus like 10 times, being able to deal like 98 to 110 damage with the Reinforced Club, ended up not really being fun, and just was tedious. I would die before getting more than like 3 or 4 hits on, and I would also have a lot more greed to do. But with all that being said and done, with the challenge being over and this video nearing its end, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a comment down below, as I asked earlier, what kind of challenge one you'd want to see. Of course, I will be still taking that break, and I will be doing Dark Souls 2, so hopefully Tuesday next week I should have one of the Dark Souls 2 videos up. Otherwise, from that, I will see you in the next video, and remember, always free aim your fireballs and firebombs. You'll hit your target a lot better that way, especially if your target is Clayton, and his monstrosity of his gaslighting. Stupid Warframe.